Looking at this graph, it's easy to see that as the number of pirates decrease, global average temperature goes up. Clearly, this means that pirates were keeping global temperatures down because the Earth has gotten warmer as pirates have gone away. Here, you see that as the amount of fresh lemons imported to the US from Mexico increased, the US highway fatality rate decreased. Clearly, the importation of fresh lemons has turned people into safer drivers. Right? Left. Wait, no. False. Pirates don't decrease global warming, and lemon importation doesn't make people drive safer. Silly goose. Well, they might, but probably not. We love our patterns. We love to feel in control of the world. We constantly seek patterns to simplify reality and to make sense of everything. Here's an example of when that doesn't really make sense, though. Hey, how's it going, eh? Oh, pretty good. How's your car, eh? Oh, nothing to complain about here, eh? She been running finer than a moose. Oh, I better knock on wood. Oh, good thing he knocked on wood, man. I was seconds away from smiting that 2008 PT Cruiser. Yeah, man, I totally feel you there. The other day, this lady was like, I've never been hit by lightning. No way, man. I swear to God, if she didn't say it. Yeah, man, that's where the story gets crazy. I gave her an entire minute to say it. But when that minute was up, oh my God, what did you do? I struck her down where she stood. Oh man, oh God, is she okay? I think she's just asleep. Alright, that was a little embarrassing, but this is what I envision when people knock on wood. There are apparently some mystical beings watching to make sure people knock on wood after they say something. Maybe that's just because I'm not superstitious or even a little stitious like Michael here. Running an organization that watches for people who make claims and then don't knock on wood after would almost be as difficult as being Santa or the Easter Bunny. Are you the person who wears the same t-shirt, sits in the same place on the couch, or does a ritual before a sports game? Everything comes down to the illusion of control. We are people, therefore we think we are more important than we really are. We don't like being out of control of a situation, so we do something that makes us feel like we have an impact. I promise that your favorite sports team isn't waiting for you to wear your lucky socks to start performing better. We make connections where they don't exist every day. We think all Prius drivers are slow because we ignore the instances where our beliefs are disproven. We think airplanes are more dangerous than cars because we can more easily recall instances of airplane crashes. Our minds work in... well, apparently my mind doesn't work. Our minds work in efficient ways that accidentally cause some incorrect beliefs. We make shortcuts, called heuristics, in order to free up cognitive ability for other tasks. These usually help us, but in trading, they often do not. They trick us into thinking we know what's going to happen next based on what we have seen before. So how do you fix it, says you, my curious and super entertained viewer? Well, I'm glad you asked. As someone who constantly lives their life keeping things to themselves when people say things that are illogical but make them feel in control of events that have nothing to do with them, I can tell you what I do. Check yourself for always and never statements. Rarely will there ever be an instance where something always or never happens. This is probably the biggest one for trading, a chaotic and random seeming environment. Here's a demonstration of that. When A is greater than B and when C is less than D, do E. So, if price, A, moves above the 50 EMA, B, and when VWAP, C, is less than one, is less than one, is, is less than is less than the 100 EMA, D, initiate a long position. If these patterns and connections existed at the frequency that our mind makes it seem like they do, then everyone would watch a 10-minute tutorial on writing a trading algorithm, throw some stuff together, plug it into their broker, and become millionaires. Okay? It doesn't work like that, and you can use actual data to prove it. Data? When you think of an always or never statement, question yourself. Rarely are there instances where something always or never does something. Do you have evidence to prove this, or is this how you feel? That's called emotional reasoning, and feeling like something is true doesn't mean that it is. When you think you see a connection, also think about whether or not you're the only one who's ever thought of this. If it's as significant as your brain is making it seem, there would probably be an algorithm running it for someone already. That's a little simplified, but it's a good tool for self-awareness to keep ourselves in check. We're only the main character to us. If you think of an idea, someone has probably thought of it already. On the various trading subreddits, there are constantly people who think they've discovered some new strategy only to be torn apart in the comments. Don't let that discourage you though. With experience comes intuition and true understanding, which results in incredible traders like Day Trader Next Door on YouTube. The best instances of thinking that patterns are happening when they aren't are demonstrated with indicators. People will look at the same chart with the same indicator, and there will be equal amounts of reasoning to go short or to go long. If your indicator worked the way you think it does, someone would write 2 lines of code and become consistently profitable. But they don't, because that would just result in losing all their money. And why have a computer lose all your money when you could just do it? Here's some bad news. Illusory Illusory correlations, aka thinking of things being related to each other when they are not, happens more in unfamiliar areas due to our lack of experience with them. This makes sense, because our brain is always trying to figure everything out to make shortcuts in order to clear up mental capacity. The good news is that the bad news is that I can't speak. The good news is that these illusory correlations go down as we become more informed about the unfamiliar. Still, it helps to be aware of them during the tough journey to trading enlightenment. But don't take it from me. What I'm about to read is about actual published research, which is a lot different from that guy on Reddit who's been trading for 3 weeks now and gets mad when people say something negative about technical analysis. The correlation between the head and shoulders pattern and US equity price movements does not exist. Unusual trading upon the completion of a head and shoulders pattern averages over 40% of a day's trading volume. Because traders and investors associate certain patterns with future price trends when it does not exist, this illusory correlation causes significant suboptimal decisions. If you haven't seen this video or heard of Benjamin, you have to check this video about technical analysis out. He's like me if I was funny and made good videos. Thank you for making it this far. I have an announcement to make that I've been really hesitant about for a few reasons. The bottom line is that I've created a Patreon account. I don't sell courses, trade alerts, or my time, and I never will. I give equal energy to everyone who comments, DMs me on Instagram, or sends me emails. The reason I'm here is purely to help. Thank you very much to the few of you still here, and I hope your trading is going well. Please do not pay to become a Patreon if you need the money. Seriously. If you've already made it, or have something to spare, or as a way of saying thank you to me, then thank you very much. Thank you. As you can see here, there are 3 tiers. This one is the 2 Index Futures Commissions tier, which is $4 per month. The next one is the 4 Futures Index Commissions tier, which is $8 per month. And the next one is the Big Baller, which is $19 per month. Please do not do that if you need the money. And don't do any of them if you need the money. I just know there are a few of you who are doing well and appreciate the work I'm doing. And to you, I say thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, I'll see you next time. Take care.